The second year in a row, legendary sushi chef Nobu will be catering the Golden Globes on Sunday, but his rise to success wasn't easy. Only on KCAL News, our Rina Nakano spoke with the restaurateur who went from high school dropout to chef to the stars.
Chef Nobu Matsuhisa doesn't take for granted that he is living both his childhood dreams. Born into a family of architects, young Matsuhisa's career was already chosen at birth. This is one of the only photos he has of his father Shintaro from when he traveled to Palau to source lumber. That inspired dream number one.
I like to go another country like my father.
But Shintaro died in a car accident when Matsuhisa was just 8 years old. Trying to lift his spirits, his older brother took him out to sushi.
Chef in the front with me, make one by one, first bite, wow.
That became dream number two. Despite his family's disapproval, Matsuhisa dropped out of high school at 17 and became a sushi apprentice. Years later, one of his regulars asked him if he'd like to open a restaurant in Peru.
Peru means they have Amazon native peoples, so much with my father was Palau.
This was his opportunity to live both his dreams. So at 24, he and his new wife Yoko moved to Lima. Inspired by the local cuisine, he began incorporating Peruvian elements into his Japanese dishes.
After this experience, my open eye, cooking have to be more freedom.
After 3 years of discovering his style, the restaurant closed. Following a short stint in Argentina and Tokyo, the now father of two poured his entire life savings into opening his own shop in Anchorage, Alaska. But just 2 weeks after its grand opening, an electrical fire burned down the building.
I lost everything. I was thinking, how can I try to kill myself?
For weeks, the 28-year-old was stuck in a daze until he heard one of his daughters crying for daddy.
I have kids. I have to wake up.
The following week, he sent his wife and kids back to Japan while he found the next opportunity in Los Angeles.
One small bag, $24 cash in the pocket. So then came to LA.
For 10 years, he worked at local restaurants, sending tips back to Japan until he made enough money to bring his family to LA. In 1987, he opened his first restaurant, Matsuhisa, where each dish has an origin story.
I sent this one, she sent me back.
He says the customer didn't realize sashimi meant sliced raw fish. But Matsuhisa didn't want to trash it, so he needed to come up with a solution on the spot. He turned around and saw piping hot olive oil.
Take the little Toledo. You can hear the sounds.
This eventually became his signature dish, the new style sashimi. Soon, his unique take on Japanese dishes drew in A-list regulars turned friends like Robert De Niro, who spent 4 years convincing Matsuhisa to open a restaurant near his home in New York.
Not the actors, not the famous, but he's a good person, he trusts me.
30 years later, he and De Niro own more than 70 restaurants and 19 hotels across 5 continents. In November, Matsuhisa received the Order of the Rising Sun, one of the most prestigious awards bestowed by the Japanese emperor for his work in promoting Japanese cuisine.
I'm so much proud.
Nowadays, Matsuhisa travels 10 months out of the year teaching his technique, but he gave me a rare sit-down experience. Each piece prepared delicately the Nobu way.
Between rice, put air.
Fish cold, rice warm, not squeezed, just lightly formed. Whoa, it almost like it just bounces off each other in your mouth. At 75 years old, Matsuhisa is far from retiring. He's busy catering for the Golden Globes for the second year in a row. Looking back at his incredible career, he wants to thank the man who inspired his dream.
I like to drink one sake with him. And I appreciate my, I like to follow to my father what he did. So it means I did it. I did it.
And now he says he hopes to be an inspiration for others.
I want to hear from somebody, I did it. You know, this is my end of my dreams.
In West Hollywood, I'm Rina Nakano, KCAL News.
What a treat for Rina, too. Unbelievable, right?
Yeah.